welcome back to Two Wheel Trends, the home of everything on two wheels, so where innovation meets the streets, and where we bring you honest, in-depth reviews to help you stay ahead of the curve. Today, we're diving into something that's stirred quite a bit of conversation in both enthusiast and commuter circles: the 2025 Honda CB400 scooter. Yes, you heard that right, Honda has taken the CB400 name, long associated with street bikes and classic midsize charm, and repackaged it into a sleek, powerful, and surprisingly nimble maxi scooter. And trust us, there's more to it than just a badge. At first glance, the 2025 Honda CB400 scooter is a head-turner, but not in the flashy, over-the-top way you might expect. Honda has played a refined hand here, blending sporty appeal with urban maturity. Starting at the front, you're greeted by a sharply contoured LED headlight unit that feels like it belongs on a futuristic sport bike rather than a scooter. It's flanked by integrated LED turn indicators that are seamlessly embedded into the front fairing, giving the CB400 an aerodynamic and premium look. The front apron flows downward with a smooth, fluid design, offering both wind protection and visual sharpness. Honda's designers have clearly gone for a muscular aesthetic. There's depth in the panel work, almost like sculpted shoulders, making the front end look bold and assertive rather than bland and functional. The windshield, slightly smoked for effect, offers decent wind deflection and adds to the CB400's highway-ready vibe. You'll notice how the front forks peek through with just the right amount of aggression. A USD telescopic units with a gold finish on the top-spec variant, adding a touch of class. The wheel design, with its intricate multi-spoke alloys, balances functionality and style. Wrapped in that 15-inch rubber up front, the scooter immediately tells you it's built for more than just city runs. This is a highway contender as much as it is a daily urban machine. Swinging around to the side of the scooter, the CB400 continues to impress. The proportions are spot on. It doesn't look bloated or overdone. Instead, it maintains a well-composed stance that feels agile yet authoritative. The floorboard is wide enough for comfort but cleverly sculpted to avoid looking bulky. You'll appreciate the sleek underbone frame that allows for better ergonomics while preserving the rigidity required for confident cornering. The seat height is comfortable even for shorter riders, and the seat itself, well padded and slightly contoured, offers good support for both the rider and passenger. The subtle CB400 badging is tastefully placed, hinting at the performance pedigree this scooter carries. One of the highlights on the side profile is the exposed rear monoshock setup, rare for scooters, but here, it adds a sporty character. The exhaust system, positioned slightly upward and adorned with brushed aluminum, not only looks the part but also sounds surprisingly throaty for a scooter in this class. The way the panels taper towards the tail creates a dynamic flow that gives the illusion of motion even when the bike is stationary. Everything seems to have a purpose and nothing is overstyled, nothing screams for attention, yet everything works in harmony. From the back, the 2025 Honda CB400 continues the design language with a clean and elegant layout. The taillight cluster is fully LED, shaped like an elongated triangle that looks sharp without being aggressive. The integrated indicators are minimal yet effective, and the rear grab rails are ergonomically placed and neatly molded into the rear bodywork. There's no excessive bulk here. Honda's engineers have clearly optimized every inch of this scooter for both aesthetics and practicality. The rear tire is wider than you'd expect, giving the scooter a planted look, and the rear fender is tight and trimmed, avoiding the awkward, saggy look that plagues so many scooters in this category. The underseat exhaust configuration helps maintain visual balance from the rear, and even the number plate holder is styled in a way that complements the overall geometry. Open the seat, and you're treated to a generous underseat storage bay. It easily swallows a full-face helmet and still has room for gloves, a raincoat, or even a laptop bag. There's also a USB-C charging port under the seat and a secondary glove box compartment in the front for your phone and keys. Small touches, but they add up to a convenient everyday experience. Honda has kept usability high on the priority list without sacrificing the scooter's bold persona. Now, what lies at the heart of this stylish machine is what makes the CB400 scooter really special. Powering it is a 399cc liquid-cooled, single-cylinder engine, tuned specifically for strong mid-range performance. Unlike your typical scooter mills, this engine revs high and has the kind of torque curve that makes it surprisingly engaging. It pushes out around 33 horsepower and 34 newton meters of torque, which might not sound like much on paper, but in the real world, it translates to quick takeoffs, confident overtakes, and enough highway punch to comfortably cruise at 110 to 120 km per hour without feeling strained. The CVT transmission has been recalibrated for a more responsive feel. There's less of the rubber band effect you usually get with scooters, and more of a direct, intuitive throttle response. Riding the CB400 scooter feels more like riding a compact sports tour. The weight is balanced, with a center of gravity kept low thanks to the underbone architecture and cleverly positioned engine and fuel tank. The throttle response is crisp, and there's a certain mechanical harmony in how the power flows to the rear wheel. Whether you're slicing through city traffic or leaning into a fast sweeping curve, the CB400 feels planted and composed. The suspension setup, featuring 35mm telescopic front forks and a rear piston feature in this category, add to that on performance. There's also an idle stop system for better fuel economy in stop-and-go traffic, and Honda's silent start system makes sure you don't wake the entire neighborhood when firing it up early in the morning. As for pricing, in the traditional sense, although it can play that role well, it's for the urban explorer who wants comfort without compromising on style or power. It's for the weekend rider who doesn't want the hassle of manual gears but still craves that thrill of acceleration and lean angles. And it's for those who want a stylish, practical, and technologically advanced machine that stands out in traffic without screaming for attention. So where does the 2025 Honda CB400 scooter stand in the landscape of two-wheelers today? Honestly, it carves out its own niche. It doesn't try to replace motorcycles or traditional scooters. It merges both worlds. It takes the comfort, convenience, and usability of a scooter and fuses it with the performance, dynamics, and attitude of a mid-sized motorcycle. Honda has executed this formula with finesse, and the result is a scooter that appeals to both heart and head. If you're considering a serious upgrade, something that can handle daily duty, weekend fun, and even light touring without stepping into full-on motorcycle territory, this might just be the sweet spot. It offers a unique experience, and once you ride it, you'll realize just how cleverly Honda has balanced form, function, and fun. That's all for today's detailed look at the 2025 Honda CB400 scooter. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Two Wheel Trends, and ring that bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming reviews. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think about this CB400. Would you consider this your next ride, or are you sticking to a traditional motorcycle or scooter? We love hearing your thoughts.